Nothing heard, nothing heard. This is KJ5, GVQ calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Kilo, Juliet 5, Golf Victor, Quebec calling CQ and listening.
This is Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Delta Oscar.
Victor Echo 2, you beat me. You kind of come in. I wasn't expecting you. I hadn't quite got my computer sorted out. I can't find my screen there. It went blank on me.
This is Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Delta Oscar.
Okay, Victor Echo 7, Whiskey Delta Oscar. Bill, this is Richie out of Oklahoma. How you doing this evening?
Good, Richie. I didn't quite get your call sign. I was just scanning around. So if you could repeat it, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, Roger that. It's Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the Raw Ham, and I'm streaming us live on YouTube, Roger.
Okay, Richie. Yeah, I got that. That's KJ5GVQ. I'm in Vancouver. And, well, I don't know what else to tell you. The name is Bill.
Hey, Roger that, Bill. I don't know. I've got some, static crashes is kind of giving me fits. Guess band conditions really ain't all that great, but I wanted to play some radio this evening, and I'm glad we made contact. I've got you about a 5.6, 56, if it wouldn't be for the static crashes, Roger.
Yeah, I would have you at a 5.7. There's a bit of static. And, I'm just curious where in Oklahoma you live.
I think you said 5.7, and I live in Chandler, which is north of Shawnee, about 20, 30 minutes north of Shawnee, and I'm about an hour east of Oklahoma City. Back to you.
Okay, I'm married to from New Zealand that went to Sapulpa, Oklahoma, which is outside of Tucson. Well, I don't know where it is. Back to you.
Yeah, I heard you say somebody lived in Sapulpa. I couldn't make out the beginning. Yeah, that's over near Tulsa. I guess it's kind of northeast of me, something like that. Maybe northeast of me. Back to you.
Okay, Richie, I think we're fading. I'm going to wish you
I believe you got the call right. Yeah, you're fading as well. It's Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec. Hey, appreciate the contact, my friend, and I've got you in the log, and I'll get you in on QRZ and LOTW. There again, I'm hoping you read me. 73 to you for now, and hopefully we catch you down the band another time. All right, we'll break with Victor Echo 7 WDO and call CQ, 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 CQ20. CQ20. 20's not exactly great tonight, but we're going to give it a shot. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the Raw Ham, calling CQ on 20 and listening.
November Echo 5, Tango X-Ray.
All right, there's a couple of y'all come in there. Let's take the November Echo 5. I think it was something Tango X-Ray.
Yeah, November Echo 5, Tango X-Ray. Richie, the name here is David. David, I'm about 30 miles east of Houston, Texas, and you're 5'9 plus.
Hey, Roger, 5'9 plus. I've got you 5'9 plus as well. Sounding really amazing down there in Houston. I make that trip down there at least once a year. I got a son that's got some heart problems. He was born without a pulmonary artery, and we take him down there. That's where he gets all his surgeries and whatnot. And we hope he ain't gonna have one for a while, but we go down there for his checkup. Back to you.
Well, there's no better place for him to get care than down here, so I'm glad it's close by for you relatively, and I hope that he turns out okay there. Over.
Hey, Roger that. Yeah, he turned 10 yesterday. I got 3 sets of twins. He's my youngest twin, and I got one single. And he was actually born in Louisiana, just north of the lake. And they took him down there, flew him down to the Children's Hospital there in New Orleans, and he had his first surgery there. He had a rough go there, but man, you wouldn't know it now. Back to you.
All right, well, good, man. Just never give up the hope and keep fighting, and put it behind him, and he'll be okay. We'll keep him in our prayers, man. Really will.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, man, I appreciate that. I don't know what you're running, but you sound amazing. I'm running a FT710 barefoot with a homebrew fan dipole with the apex at about 50 feet there, Roger.
Roger. Well, this radio here, I just installed it. Never had a Flex before, but there was a guy at a Hamfest that wanted to buy a 8600. And so this was a 6500, and it came at the end of the Hamfest, and he sold it to me cheap, so I did an impulse buy. I'm only doing 100 watts and into a hex beam at about 60 feet, pointed in your direction. Over.
Hey, Roger that. Well, it's definitely doing a trip for you, man. You sounded amazing. And I'm streaming. I don't know if you heard. I was telling the other guy, I'm streaming us live on YouTube, and I don't know, we're at about the 7-minute mark. If you check out the channel, you'll hear what I'm hearing on my end. Roger?
Roger. I'll have to go and do that. That's pretty cool. By the way, Richie, do you do Logbook of the World?
I do. I don't update it as fast as I do QRZ. Sometimes it'd take me about a week to do QRZ, and then, I'll push it from there. But I do, and I'll definitely get you logged in. And I got us down as 5'9" both ways.
Hey, I appreciate that. You know what? It's tough to talk Texas to Oklahoma on 20 meters. Oklahoma and Alaska are the only two I don't have on Logbook of the World there. Over.
Oh, Roger that. Well, I'll try to get it in there just as soon as I can. And but it will happen for sure. And if you've got a good email in QRZ, I'll shoot you a QSL card or QSO card. Roger.
Roger. Thank you, Richie. That's cool. I appreciate it. There's a lot of other guys calling in, and I won't hold up the frequency. Appreciate it. KJ5 GVQ NE5TX 73, my friend.
Hey, Roger, you have a good one, and I do appreciate you stopping by. And that channel is my call sign, The Raw Ham, on YouTube. Send me 3, my friend. We'll break with you, and we'll see if we can drag in another one. QRZ.
Alpha Charlie 2, Papa Bravo.
7 Romeo, Tango Bravo.
All right, I heard a Alpha Charlie 2 in there first.
Yeah, Roger. Alpha Charlie 2, Papa Lima, New York City.
All right, Alpha Charlie 2, Papa Lima. I wasn't looking, but I'm going to give you about a 5'5", 55 in New York this evening. That ain't too bad, I don't reckon, the way the band's been so up and down. Roger?
They're putting DX70 into a dipole pointing your direction, and you're making a good trip, 595.
I think you said 5'9", and you was on a dipole there. You running a barefoot 100 watts, you say? I'm on a FT710. Roger?
Roger, you're doing well with the 710. This is a Alinco DX70 USO, DX70 USO.
Oh, yeah, got you there. I don't really know much about the Alinco line, but, yeah, man, you come up a little bit there, but I've already got you entered, so I can't go back and change it. But, yeah, man, sounding good now, and I've got us streaming on YouTube. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Thank you very much for the contact. Thanks for the YouTube stream. And you're doing real good tonight. Let's go and go make some contact. ACCL, you're about the only person on the band right now. It's good.
Yeah, Roger that. I was looking. I was like, man, it's pretty dead. I don't know, and I know it's been rough here with all the solar stuff going on. So, well, you have a great evening. I'm glad we could make contact, and hopefully we get to work you another time, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, we'll hear you out there on the band. ACCL, over to you, 7-3.
7-3, my friend. QRZ.
Kilo Japan 6, Papa November Foxtrot.
All right, was that Kilo Juliet 6, Papa November Foxtrot, Randy, California, QSL?
Yeah, QSL. I literally just turned it on about 2 minutes ago, and I didn't catch your call, but I think it's a prefix of KJ5. Over.
Roger, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the raw ham there, streaming us live on YouTube, and I've got you about a 5'9", knocking on the 5'9's door, we'll put it that way, Roger.
Yeah, Roger there, Richie, real nice, and I got you about a 57, 58 here, and the conditions are not that great for me over here with the noise floor. But you're coming in real nice. I'm only running 200 watts today into my homebrew hex beam. I'm using my FPDX 101MT. Over.
Hey, Roger that, homebrew hex beam. I've been, I acquired some tower, which I've got a little piece of tower here, but I'm thinking about putting up a second one that I got a rotor for. And that's kind of what I'm wanting to do is a hex beam. I've never really looked at much of a homebrew option, so I don't really know much about it. But that's I need to study up on it, and that's kind of what I'm wanting to do at, say, about 60 feet. Over.
Oh, yeah, real nice. Well, this one here, the push-up mass is only up about 32 feet max. I guess if you say from the 20-meter wide to the ground, maybe 32 feet. But it's on fine for me. I use it to run a Hawaiian net on Tuesday morning, and also the normal QSO. And yeah, I use it for remote when I'm back home in New Orleans, and or by my son's house in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. Over.
Hey, Roger that. I was thinking that I heard a little bit of Nolans in there. I'm originally from South Alabama. Don't hold it against me, but I got to say Roll Tide. But I lived over in Folsom, just north of the lake, for about 6 years before I moved up this way. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Rich, it's all good. Yeah, that's real good. Well, I've been over here in the city of Whittier, California. My wife's from L.A., but I've been here since I got out of service at the Marines. And been back and forth home. I fly home probably every couple of months or so to visit the grandkids. So right now, the grandkids are at our house over here. They're visiting. They're going to be leaving Sunday. They live out in St. Rose, Louisiana, so we're having a nice time with them. Over.
Hey, Roger that. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Well, all right, bud, you're kind of fading on me a little bit, so I'm going to turn you go, I guess. But I do appreciate you coming to the call, and I know we had several other ones in there trying to get in. I want to get in as many as I can. I'm sure you can understand that. But definitely good hearing you, good meeting you this evening, and we'll say 73s for now until next time, Roger.
Out there, climbing those centers there. Yeah, we'll definitely talk again, I'm sure, someday. Thanks for picking me up. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, Kilo Japan 6, Papa November Fox.
Roger, 73, my friend. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the raw ham, QRZ. CQ20, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, calling CQ and listening. CQ, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, calling CQ on 20 and listening.
KK3R. Kilowatt Alpha 7, Whiskey Mike, KA7 WMM.
Alright, there was several of y'all come in and I couldn't remember the first one, but I'll go with the KD7, I think it was. Did I hear a Kilo Delta 7?
Kilowatt Alpha 7, Whiskey Mike.
Got you there. Kilo Alpha 7, Whiskey Mike, Desmond in Washington. QSL?
QSL, real fine. We're working you tonight on a recently repaired ICOM 756. Just got it up and running today, and you're my first contact on the rig. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, roger that. Well, I'm glad I could pick you up. And you're knocking on a 5.9's door. I'm going to call it 5.9. You know, band conditions ain't exactly great. And I'm streaming us live on YouTube, so you better check the channel out and hear what that radio's sounding like on my end, Roger.
Yeah, very good. Nice to be able to make this contact with you. You're a solid 5.9. Conditions fade in and out a little bit, but most of the time you're all over the thing right now. Glad to hear you. I was just looking at your QRZ page, and I have to ask, is that you up on the tower there?
Oh, yeah, that's me. That's the little one that I got. Man, I've had that tower for years. It's traveled around with me. I'm originally from South Alabama, and I had it back in my old CB days, back, late 80s, early 90s, something like that. Back to you.
Very good. Yeah, we've got what the heck they call it, a hex beam there, pointed out in your direction. And I've been running the hex beam for about 5 years, and my backup is just a standard dipole that I have, multi-band fan dipole. And we're working you with our heat kit, SB220, to get a little extra boot. And everything seems to be working out okay on this end. It's nice to hear a good solid contact coming back.
Hey, roger that, man. Yeah, it's funny you talk about those towers. I took one down a few weeks ago, man, a couple of buddies of mine, and so I got it, and then I got another guy. He's kind of my Elmer. He's like, man, I got you a tower you need to go get, and it's only going to cost you $100. And I'm like, I really don't need one. He said, yeah, you need to go get this one. And I couldn't turn him down. The man's been so good to me. So I went and picked it up. And actually now I've got 2 more towers. I think that one was 40 foot. The one we took down was 30 foot. And it was stuck up through a pergola. They had built the tower, and then they built a pergola around it. So we had to take it down in pieces, and got a nice Yaesu rotor and I can't even think, a 2-meter Yagi. So yeah, that's kind of neat. So I don't know really what all I'm going to do. If I'm going to put up 2 more, or a 30 and a 40, or if I'm going to try to do maybe a 50 or 60, or maybe add on to my other one. I don't know. They're all the same. It's all Roan Tower, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, that's pretty neat. And yeah, I've done no tower up my brothers. I've got 2 other brothers that are hams as well, Derek and Peter. Peter's K7 Peter. And yeah, we did a little tower work, not very much, and I get a little woozy up there. And the older I get, the woozier I get.
QSL. Well, I'm an elevator man, so heights really don't bother me that much. Especially if I'm on a car top, you know. But I'll be honest with you, I'll climb that tower, no problem at all. I've climbed out on beams, 18, 20 stories in the air, no problem. But you get me on a roof, and I got to transition from the roof to a ladder, and man, I tighten up like you wouldn't believe.
that's hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. I wouldn't have thought that. I wish that I was a little more skilled myself on the pieces coming to those things. It's definitely something that I'd like to be able to do without a whole lot of fear. But, I'm going to go ahead and tend to the rig here. Got a few more tweaks I got to make. Doesn't seem like my heat kit's pounding in at all. So I got to go and find out what's going on with that. But a real pleasure to work here this evening. I'm going to kick it back to you to put the ribbons on it. KJ5G Victor Quebec. This is Kilowatt Alpha 7 Whiskey Mike Mike.
All right, Kilowatt Alpha 7 Whiskey Mike Mike. Great meeting you this evening. Glad we could spend a little time chatting. Take care of that rig, and hopefully we get to work you down the band another time. 73, my friend. All right, CQ20. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec. CQ and listening.
Charlie Echo 4, Japan, Zulu Oscar, Richard.
Charlie Echo 4, Japan, help me out.
Charlie Echo 4, Japan, Zulu Oscar, I copy perfectly. Central Republic of Chile, Agenda Chico, Roger.
Oh, okay, let's see. Yeah, I believe we worked about 7 months ago. I might mess this up. Is that Frederico?
It's correct, Richard. I am very, very happy for the new contact for you as person in the moment in the 20 meter. The free contact for you in October 2024. TSL, mister.
QSL, I believe that's what I'm showing 7 months ago, yeah, so that sounds about right. Yeah, man, that's pretty neat there. I'm glad we could meet up again. You sounded amazing. I've got a good 5.9 on you, probably +5 there, over.
Okay, very good. I copy fantastic. You've seen the real in Chile Myers meter. It's 20 decibel over 9. For the 9, 20 decibel over 9. In the good night, the propagation in the moment for the USA is very, very good for me. Check out.
QSL, I don't know what you're running, but yeah, you sound good. And I've got it streaming live on YouTube, man, if you can check it out and you'll hear what I'm hearing. I'm running a FT710 barefoot with 100 watts with a homebrew fan dipole with the apex up at about 50 feet. Now, I didn't have that set up the last time we talked, Roger.
Okay, very good. Very, very good job. Your station is perfect in the moment for me. I copy, repeat very, very well, Richard. Okay, thank you very much for the new contact. In the moment I am register your call in my log in TRZ.com, and please start for me your second gold star. It's very, very important for my small station, my friend Richard. All the best in you and family. Happy weekend, and thanks for the new contact for me. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Queen. Charlie Echo 4, Juliet Zulu Oscar. Yes, man.
All right, my friend Frederico, you have a great evening. Best to you and your family, and I'll definitely get it in QRZ. I may not have got it then because I was really new to the hobby, but I will make for sure. And if your email's good in QRZ, I'll shoot you a card there, Roger.
Roger, no problem. Okay, very good. And thanks for the new contact, man. All the best. Happy weekend and good night.
Roger, bud. 73. This is KJ5 GVQ calling CQ20, and listening.
KK3R.
All right, was that KJ3R?
It's Kilo 3 Radio. George in Houston, over.
Oh, okay, KK3R. Let me make that correction. Just waiting on it to populate. There it goes. Yeah, I got you down there in Houston there, bud. You sounded amazing this evening. Looks like we hadn't worked before.
Yeah, good to catch you. I'm looking at you live on YouTube. That's kind of fun, over.
Oh, yeah, Roger that. It all started, I do a net on 40 meters on Wednesdays, and I don't know if you've run across him, if you're big on YouTube, Go Amateur Radio, Nate. It's Whiskey, doggone it, I'm going to mess his call all up now. Either way, it's a guy out in North Carolina, and I kind of partnered up with him. You know, I'd always catch him live, and I love working people live because you can hear what you sound like, you know. And he started running my net live, and then he's like, man, you're going to have to start doing this. And so that's how I kind of got jumped in it there, Roger.
Roger that, Richie. We're looking good there, and if people look you up on the Raw Ham on YouTube, they'll find you pretty easy. 73, thanks for coming back. This is George in Houston, KK3R clear.
All right, bud. Yeah, thanks for looking at the channel, and appreciate the plug there. And if you've got a good email in QRZ, I'll shoot you a card. 73, my friend. Until next time.
73.
CQ20, CQ20. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the Raw Ham, calling CQ and listening. CQ20, CQ20, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, calling CQ and listening.
Hey, QG, how well you copy this little vintage mud duck station? Oh, Lord, boy, I'm really hitting this baby. Oh, let's back that down. Okay. Oh, no? Well, something's wrong here. Can't adjust my mic gain, dang it. I'm having trouble. Oh, there we go. All right, DDQ, how well do you copy this little mud duck vintage radio? K85LYL.
All right, let me make sure I got that call right, y'all. You kind of threw me for a loop there. KJ5LYL?
Oh, no, boy, you'll never find me if you type that in. I need to turn the processor on. I'm just running Rich Power TS520S. There we go. Hello. Hello. Back it down. There we go. That's better. Yeah, Kilo Alpha 5, Lima Yankee Lima. Kilo Alpha 5, Little Yellow Lincoln. Over.
Yeah, I got you there. Of course, I banged it in all wrong. Let me get that corrected. Kilo Alpha 5, Lima Yankee Lima. Todd down in Texas. What part of Texas you out of? Oh, it looks like we worked 3 months ago, Roger.
I didn't catch all that. You took a fade on me, and then you came back in. Over.
Oh, my bad. I was asking what part of Texas. It looks like we worked 3 months ago, Roger.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, I'm in Corpus Christi, same place I was 3 months ago. I'm on a TS520S with a MC50 microphone and the processor on out. All center fed dipole and a Dentron MT3000 tuner. Over.
Yeah, Roger that. Well, it's doing you a good job. I'm running my old FT710 with the fan dipole. And what I've done is I've pulled all my elements in different directions. It kind of acts like a makeshift guy wires. Over.
Oh, boy. Well, that's not a bad idea at all. Well, I hear that. Well, it's doing pretty good down here in the Corpus Christi as well. Like I said, it's a Kenworth 520S. It's from, I guess, 1978, 9. But, real good. Sometimes I have trouble with, let me do something right quick while I got you on here. I'm going to turn the mic gain up and down on this doggone thing. Remembering where I put it. That's a 3. Is it very, like it's supposed to, or is it got a bunch of crackle in it? Over.
It doesn't have a lot of crackle in it, but with band conditions the way they are, I don't know if it was that or it kind of muddied it up a little bit. So I don't know. You know I'm streaming this on YouTube, so you'll be able to back it up and listen to it so you'll know exactly what you sound like on my end, Roger.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I put it back where I had it. I'm going to turn it down. And then there's just about where I had it. Over.
Yeah, come back up a little bit. Your signal faded as well. So I don't know if it's just you just wasn't modulating like you was. Over.
That's the band's moving around. Over.
Yeah, Roger that. You said that was a 520. I've got a 820 sitting in front of me. I've actually never fired it up. I got it off a guy, and it's kind of got me intimidated. I ain't gonna lie. But the thing looks like it's brand new. Over.
Oh you can't hurt those old things, man. Just get you a watt meter and turn it for max. Put it in tune mode. Tune it for maximum ALC, and then just put it in. Let me look at something. Just put it in RF. The meter, that is, meter switch. But then after you just put the meter switch in RF, just tune it for maximum out. On a half-ass resonant antenna, pardon my French, but you'll be all right. You can't hardly hurt these things. Yeah, you got the big brothers of this radio. The 820 and the 520 are kissing cousins, over.
Got you there, Roger that, yeah. Well, I got it on a deal. A guy was giving away a tower. He just wanted somebody to take it down. And I went and took it down, and, man, it started out as a tower, and I ended up carrying all kinds of coax and radios out of there as well.
Yeah, now we got somebody pulsing right on frequency. How about that? Probably somebody that's probably one of my enemies or something. Who knows? But yeah, you ain't going to hurt that old thing. That's a good rig. And it may, I don't know, whether it's an 820 or 820S. With 820S, you can set your boost. It's got the digital frequency counter already in it. If it's an 820, it may or may not have it. But that's a good rig, too. I like the 520s better because those 820s, they started using these funky plug connectors all inside of those things. But my 520, I've got the DG5 with it, the DG5 digital display with it. And it's hooked up to it. This thing is dead smack on. I mean, it's right dead smack on frequency. And it's a lot easier to do if you're used to a digital display. But, yeah, like I said, you got the 820, so just put a 4-pin wire from Kenwood back on it. You'll be all right. You can't hurt that thing. You'll like that old rig. Do you have a Variac, over?
It is a 820S, and I didn't catch what you said there at the end. Do I have a what?
You have a Variac, over.
I can't say I know what that is.
No, it's basically this device that lets you plug an old piece of gear that ain't been fired up in eons. It'll let you plug it up to it and put one pin to it slowly but surely. But if you don't, I guess you're just going to plug, make sure the heater, they call it HTR or something like that switch is off, and then just fire that thing up. Let it sit there and run. Just let it sit there and don't do anything to it for a little while, and maybe it'll come up all right. Nothing will blow. And, you won't let the magic smoke out. And hit that heater switch and put it on tune and put the meter switch to ALC and tune it for maximum reading wherever you're going to tune up at. And the rest you can just put it to the meter switch to RF. Put it in CW and tune it for maximum out. On that thing.
Hey, Roger that. I'm going to have to look at it. I just, like I say, I've been kind of busy too. That's a lot of it. But, yeah, I've got the mic and all for it. I need to, and the guy, it was sitting on his desk. He just hadn't used it. It's just been sitting there. So it should do fine. But, yeah, well, that's pretty neat, man. I'm glad we got to chat this evening, and you kind of got me where I ain't so much worried about firing it up, over.
Well, that's good. That's what I cut my teeth back on back in '81, these Kenwood hybrids. I've had Easters and Boosters, them, and the Yazoo. The Kenwoods are even a little more forgiving than the older Yazoos. The light solid cases and the white trim, those Yazoos, they got some expensive tubes. These Kenwoods, believe it or not, their tubes for them are still fairly cheap, but it's kind of hard to kill one if you just do what I told you. Well, that's what, right? Just whatever switch band you're going to use it on, you can pre-tune everything. Tune the load control maximum counterclockwise to the stop. That's just thing start out. And look at that pointer that's on the plate control. Tune it from whatever band you're about to tune the rig up on. And like I said, just put it in tune mode. Put the meter in ALC. Now I go ahead and put the CAR control all the way clockwise. And tune it for, you'll see that thing kick up. Just tune it to work till the drive control till it stops. And everything else, basically, the cheap and easy way is just put it in RF, that meter switch in RF, and put it in CW mode, and put that plate at about 11, no, not the plate, put the load at about 11 o'clock, the load control, and then tune that plate to maximum smoke, and then you might have to retweak the load control, and you're ready to rock and roll. That's the easy way to tune one of these.
Hey, Roger that, man. Well, I'm gonna have to give it a shout. Shoot, I wished I could holler at you and you could walk me through it one night. But yeah, I'll definitely have to play around with it, my friend. Well, I heard somebody else coming in there. I don't know if that was just somebody wanting to comment or what you had there. Over.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got massive line noise, boy. I don't know what's going on out there. Our power company ought to be ashamed of themselves. That's American Electric Power. They ought to be. We had a bunch of rain here, and I still got the load static right now. I don't know what it is. I don't care. I think it's one of these transformers. They just have. Do you have lights? Yeah, but I'm a him. We don't care. If you have lights, too bad. So anyway, I got loads of noise, so I'm probably not hearing everything that's going on. Okay. Anyway. There you go. That's Mirror Basics for tuning one of them things up. And, yeah, I hear these lids are tuning up because there's some people right below you all. I mean, there's some people right below you. I don't know. I guess they're at about 242 or 3 or 4. So apparently it's a rare station, and they're going to tune up here so they don't bother him and mess up another kid. You just can't tell some of these lids. They just can't. Anyway, I'm going to let them go, because they're probably running a whole lot more than what I got here unless I put my 530 on here and my Drake L4B, and then they'll hear a little more of me. Anyway, enjoy the hobby, buddy, and one of them old Kenwood hybrids. You'll love that old thing once you start using it. There really ain't much to it. There ain't no menus, none of that, I'll tell you that, over.
Yeah, Roger, to no menus. I heard that, buddy. Well, all right, man. Well, appreciate you coming to the call, and glad we could make it happen. And look forward to doing it again sometime. This KJ5 GVQ bid you 73 for now.
KJ5 GVQ from KA5LYL 73U as well. Thanks for picking my little 120-watt station up. Have a great evening from KA5LYL.
Roger. All right, this is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec calling CQ on 20, and listening.
What's up, Jimmy?
KG5CB2 here, KA7 Mike Papa X-Ray.
KA7 Mike Papa X-Ray, sounding pretty good there, my friend. Another Washington station, Roger?
Yeah, Roger that. Name is Russ, RUSS, we're up here in Clarkston, Washington. Very
I know that voice, buddy.
Over.
Take care. We'll talk to you another time from KA5LYL.
Yeah, I had one come in there with you there, KA7 MPX. Try it again there, bud.
His name is Russ, RUSS, and we're located in Eastern Washington State. Over.
Yeah, I copied Russell, and you say you only run at 100 watts. That's what I'm running on a FT710 with a homebrew fan dipole. Roger?
Roger, we're also running a fan dipole up in the attic right now, and not much power, so glad we're getting through. Your NU squared from a 5.7 to a 5.9, so good signal.
Oh man, yeah, Roger that. You're doing the same, so I'm gonna put us in as 5.9 both ways for QRZ's sake. And I don't know if you, and I'll get it pushed to Logbook of the World one day. But yeah, man. So what you got going on this evening? I just unplugged my. I think I just unplugged my. Unplugged my mouse. I don't know. I got bumped it with my notepad there. Mercy.
Yeah, we're not much up to anything here tonight. There, I think you go by George. We're just tuning across the band, heard you in there, so we thought we'd give you a quick shout. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. No, I go by Richie. Maybe you got my call wrong. It's Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec. Roger?
Roger that. Yeah, I brought it up on QRZ. Says George. We'll change you up for the logbook here, so thanks for the correction.
Yeah, roger that, roger that. Yeah, somehow or another I ended up, when I unplugged my mouse and unplugged my camera, I'm actually streaming us live on YouTube, but I'm sure my video's locked up.
Yeah, we'll check it out again. Hey, we'll let you run, make a few more contacts, but sounded good up here in Washington State. KT5GDQ 73 from KA7 Mike Papa X-Ray.
All right, my friend, 73, appreciate you coming to the call, and hopefully we get to do it again another time when conditions are a little better and I ain't unplugging things. 73 for now, KA7 MPX, this is KJ5 GVQ. Until next time.
All right, 73, take care.
All right, this is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, calling CQ on 20, CQ on 20, and listening.
Kilowatt Mike 7, Oscar Hotel.
Kilo Mike 7, Oscar Hotel. Kim in Nevada, QSL?
Yeah, you got that right. Richard, you're right on the mark there. And actually, I think, according to my logbook, we've worked a couple of times here. Bring it back up. Yeah, heck, we worked last month on the 10th. Oh, boy. Anyway, out here by Reno, Nevada, out in the middle of the desert, where it is now 88 degrees and cooling.
Man, 88 degrees and cooling. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good there. I don't know. I think we may have barely gotten the 80s today. It stayed kind of cool. We may not even made it to the 80s. Over.
Well, you know, I complained about the cold weather for so long that I'm now being, chastised for it. And actually, it's not terribly unpleasant. I mean, I went out this morning and did my morning stomp and for fitness and blah blah blah. But it's 88 degrees and it's 7 o'clock at night, and yeah, hopefully it'll cool down enough that we can open the windows, when it's time to go to bed.
Man, roger that. Yeah, I know what you're saying there. That sure is nice, isn't it? Get that fresh air blowing in. But we've had so much rain, and I'm not complaining. I know it sounds like I am, and I guess I probably am, but it's going to shut down any day now, and we won't get any more, so I need to take it all while I can. Pond's definitely overflowing the spillway, and not to the point that I've lost any fish, but either way, it is what it is. Back to you.
Oh, yeah, out here, I don't complain about moisture because we don't get it. When I moved out here, they said, well, the average rainfall is about 4 inches a year. But, that was 20-plus years ago, and there hasn't been a normal year since. So, some years we get zippo, and others we get inundated, but that's okay. We go with the flow. I mean, it is high-altitude desert. It's meant to be sagebrush and jackrabbits, and you want anything better, well, you just better punch a well and pump a lot of water.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I grew up on a barrier island south of Mobile, Alabama, and Mobile, I think that's the wettest place in the States. And, man, especially in the summertime, you can bank on a good thunderstorm every evening, and so definitely no shortage of rain. We're kind of used to that, but up here, in the summer, we can get our droughts, that's for sure. I've been here, I guess 6 years now, 6 or 7 years. 7 years I've been here, and so just kind of getting used to it. But I had a tool that I made. I'm in the elevator trade, and I had a little block of wood in it, and I had to beat the wood into that little dolly back home, and I come out here and it's so dry, the wood shrunk up, and then I had to screw it in. Over.
It's amazing what humidity will do, or lack of it. But hey, I'm on the QRZ page, and what in the heck is that monument in your yard?
No, that's not you talking about that big white monument? That's a Parks on the Air trip.
That's a what?
I was on a Parks on the Air, it's down in Stroud, Oklahoma, about 20 minutes from me.
Oh, okay. You know, I didn't read the captions. I was just scrolling around. And I thought, oh, yeah, there's his house. Okay. But, oh, you do POA or POTA. That's a cool thing, you know, especially when the bands were in the doldrums and there wasn't any propagation. I just was so happy to have POTA. It gave me something to do. And I'm up almost to 3,000. I think I'm about 130 away from hitting 3,000. So that's a great organization. Now, I guess there is a picture here of you hanging on a tower. Can't see what's going on top of it, but it looks like you're up there with a backpack, and you're doing something, boy, I wouldn't do. I've got a 50-foot crank-up tower laying out in the backyard that's been there for 20 years, and I look at it and go, yeah, you know, I could put that stupid thing up, but you know what? It's 73 years old. I can't climb it.
Man, that tower, that picture you're talking about is some kind of old, and it's traveled with me. I bought it off of a old guy, golly, I don't know, back in the 80s. So it was old then, late 80s, maybe early 90s. It was old then, and I used it for my CB antenna for the longest time, and then my dad had it there at his shop after I got out of CB land, and he used it for a VHF marine radio, and then I brought it up here and stood it up, and yeah, that was before I pulled the mast up. That's 25. I think it's right. It's about 28 feet of tower with 25 foot of mast out of the top of it, and that's what I got my fan dipole on.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm looking at that. That is a tall man. Wife just ran in and said, hey, look, pointing out the window, and man, all I can see is a dust cloud, and you look down and below the dust, and they're running sheep over in the pasture. Geez, the woolly buggers. They bring them in here every so often, and anyway, you know, when you live in the country, it's just really weird what constitutes an event.
Yeah, that's for sure there. It's always never a dull moment in the country. Never a dull moment. The wife was hollering at me to come look, and all the deer in the backyard the other evening. And I'm like, yeah, like I ain't never seen them before, over.
Yeah, you don't see too many deer out here. We got mostly coyotes, jackrabbits, and I have Mr. 410 talks to the jackrabbits because she's trying to make a garden out there, has been for years, and if I don't pop them, they hop into the garden and eat everything. Destructive little boogers. And coyotes, well, now they don't have a dog anymore. I don't really care much about them, but they used to be kind of a nuisance. They'd try to track my dog, he'd jump the fence and come over and be dinner. Not join them for dinner, but be dinner. And anyway, but yeah, wow, big event. Well, actually, you know, this weekend, every year about this time, they have a sheep drive that goes through Dayton, Nevada, across Highway 50. They close the highway, close the town, and then they run the sheep through, and I don't know where they're going. And it's a big event, and we were thinking maybe even going to watch it this year, although, you know, you've seen one sheep, you've seen them all. But, yeah, 6:30 Sunday morning, they're going to be riding right downtown Dayton.
Oh, that's got to be something good to see there. Yeah, I believe I'd have to go check that out if it was that close. That's pretty neat there. Huh. I can't imagine driving sheep through the middle of town, but yeah, I mean, when you got to drive them, right?
You know, and if you got good dogs, that's the key. I've been amazed what these dogs will do and how they manage to know where they're going and what they need to do. Yeah, when I was younger, well, when I was in high school, in Paso Robles, you know, we lived out in the country, and the school bus would come out and pick us up, of course, and there was 1 or 2 days where we'd have to actually sit and crawl along because we were right in the middle of the sheep drive that was going from the coastal mountains into Central California. It was kind of cool. But, oh well, Hard up for entertainment. What can I say?
Man, that's something else, you know. Oh man, we always our big thing, I guess, when I was growing up, we was always looking for opening day of the shrimp season. I talked to my dad the other day. I think it's going to open this weekend back home, and I ain't made an opening day in years. Used to always look forward to it, and then he opened that bait shop up. Of course, I was a kid then, and he opened that bait shop up, and we never got to make opening day no more because we was always it was open to catch shrimp and keeping them live, so we never made it anymore. So I hadn't done it since I was a kid, and boy, I miss it. I sure would have liked to have been there and done that. Things you think of when you look back at how time flies. Over.
Isn't that amazing? And it does fly. There's no other way to describe it. And it flies faster every year. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm looking out the window and I can see the sheep herders walking amongst the flock. Don't see any of the dogs. They're actually not moving, so I think they're going to bed them down out front, which is fine. We're kind of situated in an unusual place. Everything out to the south of me is state parkland. Used to be the Carson River Ranch, and it's the delta for the Carson River, so it's a big pasture, huge pasture, with a river running through it. And they run cattle. They used to raise rodeo stock out there, but they don't do that anymore. And so, yeah, you never know what you're going to see when you look out this window.
That's pretty neat, man. That's really kind of cool. You know, as long as it's always something that you enjoy, something you like. If it was something you didn't like, then yeah, it'd be a different story.
Well, that's for darn sure. But anyway, yeah, tomorrow's a big day. My pickup, I got a diesel pickup. It's been in and out of the shop for the last month, and we got the second new injector pump on it today. And tomorrow I'm going to throw the cab over camper on and the trailer behind it and run up and down the mountains all day long, beating the heck out of it to make sure the pump is a good one. Because, you know, these remanufactured pumps, well, actually any part remanufactured, it's a crapshoot anymore.
Yeah, it's just not, there's no quality in work no more. I see it all the time. I got a helper today. I've had him pretty much all week, and we've been fixing stuff on this building. It ain't that old. It's, I don't know, 10, 15 years old, and we're fixing stuff that they should have fixed back during construction.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess they figured it's not worth the money to do the quality control, and it's cheaper to just, you know, fix it when it breaks than to do it right the first time. I mean, I blame the bean counters and accountants for that. But yeah, and you know, rebuilds with automotive stuff, and this goes back quite a ways. You know, I remember a good 15 years ago, we had to put a new alternator in this truck. It's an alternator. It's not a big deal. It's a wear item. And we put in 3 from the Napa store, and I always thought Napa had good stuff. All of them are, you know, rebuilds, but we had to put in 3 before we got a good one.
I did that with my daughter's power steering pump on one of my daughter's cars, and same thing, you know. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to Napa and get a good one, and yeah, it wasn't a good one. It wasn't, but yeah, that's just how it goes. I'll tell you another one. My other daughter, she lost a electric fan on a radiator, and you know, like, it ain't no big deal, you know. I'll pull it out, and it's kind of aggravating. You got to pull it from under the car. But I pulled it out and shopped around, and I decided I got one off of Amazon. It lasted 3 months. I got another one. It went out again. I bought another one, and I got to looking. I said, I ain't going to Amazon no more. And I started looking. I looked at Napa, and I price checked against Amazon, and they had the same brand that Napa had, and it was a good bit cheaper. So I said, well, we'll go with that one. And I'll be doggone if it didn't go out in a few months.
Yeah, That's very frustrating, and it's not an unusual story. I guess, like I say, maybe the accountants have decided that it's much cheaper to just go ahead and not waste the money doing that quality assurance and just, replace it under warranty. Of course, the mechanic that puts it in loses because he has to put in another one and can't recover his labor for the most part. I mean, it's a dumb system that we've allowed to, evolve. But anyway, wife's making some noise from out in the living room, so I think I best go out there and be sociable. Been fun, Richard. This is a nice QSO. I'm glad to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, Roger that. I was thinking that, you said that about POTA. I was thinking we may have worked POTA. I want to say I just seemed like I remember your call sign when I was doing POTA. And maybe even I was at that monument you was talking about, I want to say. But I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I looked back in the log, but it didn't tell me what log it was in. It just showed me the other QSOs. So, well, 73 for now, my friend. Until next time, I definitely enjoyed the little rag chew here. It's a good deal. Always nice to get that in instead of just exchanging signal reports.
Oh, heck yeah. And by the way, don't bother looking at the log. I got it right here. 312 of 20 meters, POTA, 11769, and Ozark Trail Obelisk Historical Site in Oklahoma. So that was you.
Well, I guess my memory ain't as bad as I thought it was. Yep, that was it. That's that little monument.
Yeah, there you go. I have seen monuments like that. It's funny how they'll pop up, and there's one that really comes to mind outside of Merced, California, heading to Yosemite on Highway 140. You go right by it, and this thing is, it's got to be almost 100 feet tall. It's huge, and it turns out it's just an obelisk to some guy that had a hell of a lot of money and wanted to leave a monument to himself. It's like, what a waste.
Yeah, I guess he had more money than he knew what to do with. I don't know. Well, all right, bud, I better not keep you from the XYL there. So good chatting with you again, and glad you looked that up. It makes my memory feel better. 73, bud. Till next time, KJ5 GVQ.
KJ5 GVQ KM708. Yeah, hey, 73, and Richard, we'll do it again later. Take care.
All right, bud. Well, let's see if we can drag up a couple of more before I shut down and go to bed for work tomorrow. CQ20, CQ20. Anybody, anywhere. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor, Quebec.
Kilo Bravo 7, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor, Quebec, Alpha Delta 1, Charlie Tango. Good evening.
Alpha Delta 1 Charlie something. Help me out there. There's a couple of y'all in there.
Yeah, Roger. Alpha Delta 1 Charlie Tango. Name here is Cam. Charlie Alpha Mike, how are you?
Doing good, bud. Doing good. Been fighting off some allergy problems. I guess you know how it is late spring, they cutting hay and this and that. But other than that, doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Just another wonderful evening. I'm just sitting out in front of the pizza place waiting for my daughter to get off work, and I heard the call, so I figured I'd answer.
Yeah, Roger that. Well, I'm streaming us live on YouTube. My channel is KJ5GVQ to Raw Ham, and I've got you bouncing about a S6, and the audio is pretty decent. I'm assuming it's mostly band conditions, Roger?
Yeah, Roger, you're bouncing all over the place. I'll have you 5.6 to 5.7, and you'll drop down to a 5.3, but you're sounding really good here in Colorado. Just getting ready to call it a night, but got nothing better to do while you're getting ready to finish your shift.
Yeah, Roger that. So you mobile or what?
Yeah, Roger. I've got an ATAS 120 and 891 in my Toyota FJ Cruiser, and it works pretty darn well for mobile.
Hey, roger that. Now, you fell off right there at the end. I'm hoping you can still read me. And you come up a considerable amount, so I'm going to go on ahead and put us in as 5-7 both ways. Roger?
Yeah, copy all. And where are you looking? I didn't catch what you said earlier.
The channel is my call sign, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the raw ham, and let's see, I'm trying to look. We're coming up on the 59-minute mark. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. What's your QTH?
Oh, QTH is Chandler, Oklahoma, about an hour east of Oklahoma City.
Okay, well, I'm kind of surprised we're able to make any contact on 20. I usually skip right over Oklahoma.
Yeah, the band's been kind of weird here lately with all the solar activity, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, I pulled up the solar weather stuff, and nothing was, everything was saying that it was more, it's like a K index of 5 or almost 6. It was not looking like nuclear jets was going to be happening this evening.
Yeah, Roger, I was kind of even surprised I was able to make as many contacts as I made this evening. But definitely good to meet you over in Colorado this evening. I'm kind of like you. I'm about ready to shut down and got to get up and go do the old work thing in the morning.
Yeah, I know that. I'll be up at about 4:15 so I can hit the gym, get my 8 hours in the salt mine, and then call it a day.
Hey, man, I understand that. You better than I am. I do all I can just to get to work on time.
Yeah, Roger, I've been there before, but I still have kids at home, so they need to know that their dad is capable of protecting them. There should be a need to arrive, so I got to get into the gym and make sure that I can take care of boyfriend to get ornery.
There you go. Good deal there. Well, all right, man. Well, I'm going to see if I can't get a couple more, and I do appreciate you coming to the call, and then I'm going to shut this thing down. Maybe I'll get one more in the book, and we'll call it a night. And if your email's good in QRZ, I'll shoot you a card there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. No, this should be good. I've gotten a couple, several of the EQSL cards. So 73, my friend, have a great night. Well, I'll catch you again sometime.
All right, bud. 73 to you, too, and we'll definitely do it again. All right, this is KJ5, GVQ, the raw ham. We're going to try to get one more in the book before we shut down. CQ20, CQ20.
Kilo Alpha 7, Sierra Charlie Hotel.
All right, Kilo Alpha 7, I think it was.
Kilo Alpha 7, Sierra Charlie Hotel.
All right, there's a couple of y'all in there. Kilo Alpha 7, Sierra Charlie.
Sierra Charlie Hotel, SCH, Sierra Charlie Hotel.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, Kilo Alpha 7, Sierra Charlie Hotel, Lynn in Nevada. QSL?
Roger. Your KJ5, is it Golf Delta, Quebec?
Negative. It's Golf Victor, Quebec. Golf Victor, Quebec.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm located in Las Vegas, and I haven't pulled you up on QRZ yet, so where are you at?
I'm in Chandler, Oklahoma, about an hour east of Oklahoma City, about 30 minutes north of Shawnee, America. Over.
Okay, very good. Well, nice to make a contact with you. The band is not very productive tonight, so you're one of the few signals that I heard that you're coming in here with about a 5-7. Over.
Yeah, copy to 5-7. I was actually looking. You was bouncing the 5-8 on the S meter. So well, I'll give you a 5-8, and I'll get myself down as a 5-7 when I get us in QRZ and Logbook of the World. Roger.
Okay, very good. All righty. Well, I just want to make a contact with you. I understand that it's the last one you want to make this evening, and got to hit the hay here. So anyway, have a great evening. Thanks for the contact. I'll log you in QRZ KA7SCH.
All right, bud. Yeah, appreciate you coming to the call, and I'm streaming us live on YouTube. So if you're there on QRZ, I got a link to it. And where we at? We at the hour and 3 minute mark, so you'll hear exactly what your radios sound like on my end. All right, I know there was another. I think there was another Kilo Alpha 7 in there. If you're still around, I'll pick you up as well. Try that again. I was looking for another Kilo Alpha 7, I think it was. All right, I heard Kilo Golf Romeo, something Kilo ending Golf Romeo.
Kilo Bravo 7.
All right, bud, you way down in the weeds. Kilo Bravo 7, Quebec, help me out.
Kilo Bravo 7, Tango Golf Romeo, Tango Golf Romeo.
There we go. You come up that time. Kilo Bravo 7, Tango Golf Romeo, Jim, QSL?
QSL. Just playing with the radio and just come back to the shop, make sure it works.
Yeah, roger that, bud. Well, you kind of up and down. You know how this band is, and your best has been about a 5.5, roger? Copy 5.5 both ways into Wyoming from Oklahoma. That's a good deal. I don't know what you're running. I'm running a Yaesu FT710 with a homebrew dipole. Over.
In the track, I got a Yaesu L1F2, but this is a really old radio. It was CS440, but it's getting some trouble. I had a guy work on it, and just check it out. Make sure it works.
Oh, yeah, roger that. Well, it's working. I think band conditions is what's got us all messed up, and I'm sure you heard I'm streaming us live on YouTube. So I'm at the hour and 6 minute mark, and looks like you're going to be the last one. So if you look it up, you'll be able to hear what I'm hearing, roger?
Well, how do I find that?
All right, it's on YouTube. It's Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec, the raw ham, and I have a link to it in QRZ as well. But yeah, check it out, man, and if you got a good email in QRZ, I'll get you a card. Over.
Kilo Juliet 5 from the second.
Golf Victor Quebec, Golf Victoria Quebec.
All right, I'll check it out. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Victor Quebec. I'll check it out. I'm kind of interested to hear myself. I've never had that happen.
Oh yeah, there you go, man. Yeah, I loved working stations like that, and I run a net generally on 40 meters on Wednesdays. And I had a buddy of mine that was streaming it, and then he couldn't do it anymore. And he said, "Man, you need to get set up doing it." And I'll do that. And when I'm doing POTA, sometimes I'll live stream, just whatever. I find it kind of neat because just like that, you know, I want to know what my radio's sounding like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't. This is just an old radio, probably 40 years old. But shut down after I ran it for a couple hours. So I had a guy go in and clean it up and make it work. It's not working.
Well, I'm glad he got it fixed up for you. Well, Bud, you kind of really went in the weeds that go around, so I'm going to go on and shut down. But I appreciate you coming to the call. I'm glad we got to meet and get you in the log. 73s, my friend, from KJ5 GVQ. All right, I barely heard you in there that time, but I'm hoping you heard me. 73 KJ5 GVQ is clear.